she said kinda love affair.
Is love in the air, or is your relationship on the verge of destruction? Let's talk about it. Sit back,
relax,
and enjoy your favorite cocktail as we discuss relationships, dating,
sex,
and love. Love on the rocks, that is.
Love on the rocks. Love on the rocks. Love on the rocks. Love on the rocks.
All right, guys, and welcome to Love on the Rocks. What's up? It is Roger the Wild Child here, along with Megan and Bennett. Megan, hello. Another week. Another fun, exciting week.
I wouldn't say exciting, but it's been a week. It's been another week.
It's been a week.
Yeah. How's your week been? Yeah, we are.
Let's see. Huh? I
said, yeah, we are. We're all here.
We're all here. And, well, Drew's missing and Ike's missing. Drew's running late. And Ike was in Baltimore doing his show this weekend. Yeah. So he's running. Yeah, he's kind of wiped out already as it is.
Miss him. Yeah.
He'll be here next week, though. So that'll be good.
Thank goodness.
So what I'm excited about is in 2.5 weeks, you and I and Crystal and Drew are going to Hollywood.
I'm so excited.
Oh, my gosh.
We'll just not come back.
Yeah, I may not come back.
I may just stay.
We'll pitch a tent on the beach.
Man.
There you go.
Don't put that thought in my head.
Don't tempt you
at this moment in my life, I would not fly home.
No, it'll be fun. We're doing this for St. Jude's. We are sponsoring an event called Halloween Hotness. It's a celebrity charity event. It's going to be at Madame Tussauds. You can go to Google Halloween Hotness. Go and check it out. You can get tickets. You can come to the event if you guys are in the Hollywood area. It is Saturday, October 21st at Madame Tussauds. The private event, they shut down Madame Tussauds just for this event.
And we're on the rooftop.
Yeah, well, actually, we're not at the rooftop this year, though, because...
That's what I said.
Well, they're remodeling the rooftop.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
But they're going to put us in a different area. But it's going to be cool. Red carpet event. Yes, it's going to be great. So you get to experience red carpet treatment.
So, yeah, the theme of the whole event is like Western... Saddle up. Yeah, Western.
Yeah.
I don't know if that means, like... the costume needs to be in theme with the theme of the event, or
nope. That's just the theme.
That makes me feel so much better. Okay,
yes, that's right. So, yep, you can wear. You can dress up as the piggy. You'll be just fine.
The piggy.
You can be a little pig.
Yeah.
Oink
oink.
Oink oink.
Oink oink.
All right, let's bring on the team. Yes, we've got Lydia Manson. Lydia.
Hi, Lydia.
Oh, we've got Crystal is in the house.
Hi, Crystal.
And Dr. Love.
What's up, everybody?
Jesse.
Best for last.
Jesse.
There he is.
Good evening.
Yep. Drew's running a little behind. It's okay. We'll give him shit when he gets here. So, and Ike obviously is off tonight, but anyhow, so we have a great topic we're going to talk about today. But before we get into that topic, I do have to say one thing. I am sick and tired of trying to watch a football game and Taylor Swift seems to be popping up on the screen.
I love it.
Here we go.
Her marketing team is brilliant.
Brilliant?
Brilliant.
Not that she really needed any more marketing.
Exactly.
Taylor Swift has nothing to do with football.
Wait. The marketing realistic. The marketing is not for Taylor Swift. The marketing's for the Chief.
I mean, it's really great that Travis has brought her into the spotlight.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm all
she
for
had
it.
no spotlight to begin with.
I never heard of her
Just hope he
before.
knows if he ever breaks her heart, an album's coming out to him.
Well, they're going to be broken up in 2 months. We all know the track record of Taylor Swift, okay? she dates somebody 2 months later, she's moving on to Jonas Brothers or something. Somebody else. That's just how it is.
I think this breakup record is going to be great, though.
Yeah, I mean, if she includes NFL in her next album, I might listen.
If she talks about all the tight ends.
All the tight ends.
I like tight ends.
Oh,
That'll be a name of a song.
Kelsey
Tight
is
End Love.
Tight end love. There you go. So, yeah. And if I have to go through my Facebook feed one more time and see Travis and Taylor, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm deleting my account.
Oh my gosh, root them on. Root
Very
them
cute.
on.
Don't be jealous.
I love how it all started because he wanted to give her a friendship bracelet at her concert.
Yes.
And I think that is just an awesome story that if they do work out, they can tell their kids.
Well, didn't he say on his podcast that he thought she was cute and he wanted to take her out, and that's how it all happened?
Well, I was watching the podcast and it was an episode where he was saying he had gone to the concert and he was trying to get the bracelet to security, and they were like, "No, we're not doing that." But they do have a really good podcast. I like when his brother's wife is on, Kelsey. Is it Kelsey? Yeah.
Wait, her name's Kelsey?
Well, now I'm gonna have to look it up. I don't know.
Kelsey.
I think pretty sure it starts with a K.
I'm like, wait a minute.
Kelsey?
But so Travis Kelsey jersey sales increased by 7% after last weekend, and that was the most viewed football game since the Super Bowl.
Wow.
Just saying.
Marketing geniuses. That's what
That's not marketing. You got Taylor Swift.
All publicity is good publicity.
Yeah. Okay, Jesse.
Kelsey is her name.
Oh, so I was right. I just made it onto his Wikipedia page, so.
My friend Natasha
Alright.
must be watching. She just texted me, what is
Kylie.
that? Kelsey.
Kylie.
Kaylee Kelsey. I don't
That
know.
sounds better.
Very close.
Kylie. Is it Kylie?
She is very
Hey,
funny.
Crystal, you gotta get the
That's too hard to
microphone
say.
closer to you. You're breaking. There you go.
I wasn't the one talking.
No, but when you were talking, it was breaking up because you're
Oh.
farther away.
It was me.
Yeah. So, anyways, we got a great topic for us tonight, guys. We're going to be talking about secrets. Is it okay to keep certain things from your partner? So, I mean,
What a loaded topic.
it is a loaded topic because honestly, I believe that if you're with your partner, well, I think it's a time frame thing, more or less. But now, if you're married and you're with your partner, you've been with your partner for a long time, yeah, there's no secrets, with your partner. But if you're starting to
I don't think there
date-
should be any secrets from start to finish.
no, there shouldn't be secrets. However, you just don't let your dirty laundry out on your first few dates.
Well, no, I'm not saying that, but there's a difference in not airing it out on your first date and then keeping it in the closet.
Well, some people like to come out of the closet.
What?
Nothing.
What?
Your
Smile
microphone.
nod.
Is it me or is Megan's microphone bad?
It's bad.
I'm
Yes.
You're over there blaming me.
Is it bad?
Yes, it is. Can't hear you.
It's not bad.
You're cutting out.
Choke.
It's that quesadilla.
Is that better?
You sound overmodulated.
I think it is.
Way overmodulated.
I don't know what that means.
Meaning you
I don't
sound
know what that means.
distorted. You sound
Very
distorted.
staticky.
Yes. So, are you using the actual microphone, or are you using your earpod microphone?
I've told you this 7 times. My microphone.
Okay.
Look, I'll even
Well, now you better have a juicy story if we're going through all this mic mess.
I know, right?
Okay. You gotta come out with a good one today.
So anyway, so speaking of, so we're talking about secrets. So, when do you start opening up more information to your partner? Is it when you guys become serious, or is it when you guys are in the beginning? Jesse?
But like,
I think there's lots of layers to that, right? I mean, it's somebody that's been in a bunch of different relationships, short term, long term, serious, not so serious. I mean, you give a certain amount of depth about yourself up front to somebody, right? To find out if you're going to mesh well, to get a better idea of each other. But everybody's got secrets in their closet, that you in time reveal more and more. And I think once you get to a certain level with somebody, you want to be completely transparent. You don't want to hold anything back, but that takes time.
It does take time, and it's got to go through phases and stuff too. Obviously, like you said, but on the first date, or just in the first couple of dates, what should you not keep from, or what information should you not let the person or your prospective person that you're interested in know? I mean, do you tell them how far or how serious do you have to be before you start opening up your dark secrets to that person?
I think it can take months, to find someone that you're really willing to open up everything to, right? Like your deepest secrets of your past. Sometimes years to really know everything about someone. From my experience, at least.
Right. Crystal?
all right. So I guess it depends on like what type of secrets you're talking about. When it's early on in a relationship, like, yeah, you got to leave some stuff to the imagination, but you also don't want to waste your time. So like, you got to put some things out there that maybe like would let you know what they would think if you gave them those secrets. I don't know. I don't like keeping secrets. That's just me. I feel like if you're in a relationship, like that person should have your back, like should know all of your, like all about you. And like, that should be the one person that knows it all. Like if you want to keep secrets from everybody else, that's a different story, but I don't know. I mean, Lydia. I guess it depends on how deep the secrets are.
True. Lydia?
So I read this this little story once, and it said how when a couple had begun dating, they were like out to lunch or dinner or whatever it was, and he gave her his pickle because she loved pickles. And then like they end up getting married or whatever, and then it's like 10, 15 years down the line, and he suddenly says, well, I actually really do like pickles, but you liked them so much that this entire time I've always given them to you because I know how much you like them. So he kept that the whole time.
They did that on How I Met Your Mother.
Okay, so that must have been it.
It was the olive theory.
Yeah. So, I mean, it seems like a silly little thing, but I mean, he did it with the best intentions and it didn't hurt anybody.
Right.
Nothing hurt.
Nothing to hurt.
And I hate pickles, by the way. You can always have my pickles.
I'm really particular.
Is it wrong for a man to ask a woman if she wants his pickle?
No.
I hate pickles.
I fucking hate pickles.
You're crazy.
No, if they put pickles on my plate, I'm fighting somebody. If my burger tastes like pickle juice,
that half the bun is in the trash.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you guys? You know what?
I have just done an episode on pickles.
I'm sure we'll cover that
next
down
week.
the line.
Love on the Rox.
Drew don't like pickles.
Yeah,
pickle or no pickle on the next Love on the Rox. Megan, your thoughts on this?
Yeah.
Do you like pickles, Megan?
Pickles? I like pickles.
Okay.
But,
I
like,
love
are you one of those
pickles.
crazy like pickle juice drinking people?
No. I don't understand.
All the
Or
time.
pickle
Yeah.
pizza. I could never do pickle pizza.
What the?
Sorry.
Pickle pizza.
Why would you
I
do
can't
that?
do
to
that,
a
It's a
but I
thing.
do it.
It's a thing.
It is not a
I
thing.
drink.
It is.
I drink it. No, I drink pickle juice because it's the best hydrator. It helps
Water.
with like muscle
It
cramps.
does.
It keeps your muscle. No,
Water.
it does
Still
it
not gonna
way
do
better.
Water's better.
Right.
So, your
It's so
thoughts
good.
on the
I
whole
always keep pickle juice.
secrets, Megan? Secrets. Your thoughts?
She's stuck on pickles.
When should
I
a
am kinda
person
craving
start
some pickles.
holding their secrets till what point of the relationship?
When you become exclusive, I think it's time to be like, okay, this is
I
yeah.
might have
When
killed
you
a
become
man. I
exclusive,
don't know.
But how do you know you're
Got some
not
shit
wasting
like that.
your time?
How do you know
Like,
what?
You're not wasting your
look,
time.
I
Like,
am the
if
wrong
you're
person to
waiting-
ask about this because all the dudes, they've all got secrets.
Well, and I don't like the like waiting to exclusive because I don't know. I think you should kind of like always.
I just like to come out and be like, look, I'm fucking crazy. I am petty. I love being petty. I will fucking ruin your life if you mess me up. And get it out of the way.
All right. So now, say for instance, you have like $50,000 in credit card debt and maybe some like student loans or some other things. And it never comes up in conversation because you're like, that's my debt. Like,
Mhm.
you know, but then suddenly you guys get serious and you start talking about buying a house. And now your debt is now affecting the future of your relationship because one, your interest rates are going to be higher and blah, 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 all that other stuff. So
He knew that coming into it.
that's
I
what,
mean,
but did he?
If they know what your major was, they should probably be able to figure out if you're in debt. Like, oh, I'm an art major. Yeah, she's
No, not
Bro.
necessarily because you could have
You don't
came
make
from,
shit.
you know, an affluent family. You could have had scholarships. Like there's so many different things, you know. But then you look at like, say, for you ever see the movie Confessions of a Shopaholic? And she had all the debt because she just kept shopping and she was like going and buying a scarf and she had like 13 different credit cards she was splitting it up on. Like
that was
debt-
also How I Met Your Mother.
It was also a movie called Confessions of a Shopaholic. But I'm saying like debt is a huge thing in relationships, and I don't think a lot of people are upfront about that.
I would say if you're getting ready to buy a house with somebody,
It's gonna come
that
out.
was a good time for it to come up.
It's gonna come out.
Um,
It's gonna.
If it hadn't come up before that, maybe it was too soon to buy a house together.
right.
I kind of assume if they have a college degree that there is some sort of debt there. Anyway,
True.
Yeah,
But
you could've put
I
it
think
off.
full disclosure is important. If you're in a relationship with somebody, if you got debt, you can say, listen, you're not going to be responsible for my debt. I'll pay my debt, but you're going to know that I do have this debt and I have a problem. Or, you know, it could be a thing is, hey, I got a problem with my debt. Can you help me with it? You know, but not like take care of them and pay it off for them, but help show them and guide them ways to get out of the debt. You know, be a partner in that aspect. But, you know, yeah, I think that, you know, if you have a debt problem after a couple months dating, no, you know, maybe it's not an open topic. But once you guys
Right.
are exclusive, yeah, you guys have to be completely honest with each other. It goes back to the whole honesty thing and openness. And if you keep things from somebody, even if it's debt, what else are you keeping? You know,
I would
so
say when you get to the point of sharing bills with someone, debt comes
Yeah.
up, or it should come up.
yep, it will come up. And don't think that you can hide it now because the truth eventually come out. Would you rather them know now than later down the road?
I just want to know how people are hiding this debt because, like, I know when I get my bills every month, like, it's on my face. I'm whining about it. Like, everybody knows. How would you even hide that? Like, what happened in
I wouldn't
Confessions of
know.
a Shopaholic? How did she hide all her bills?
Underneath
So-
the pillow? Underneath the mattress?
Yeah, like, where she's just like,
Throw in the
hers
fireplace?
wasn't what she was like. Hers wasn't related to like a relationship. It started, she had a big like interview and she wanted to buy this green scarf. And that's when she was trying to like use all the different credit cards. She's like, oh, put $5 on this, such and such. And then like the guy behind her ends up giving her like $40 cash or something like that. And he ends up being the interviewer at her interview. And then it turns into like a whole big thing where she owes all this money and she ends up selling her entire closet because she has so much clothes. So hers was more of just like, it was not good for her as far as her career.
So it didn't really affect a relationship.
Yeah, no, it wasn't so much a relationship.
Nick on YouTube says they could have them sent to a P.O. box, not to the physical home address.
If you do that, you're trying to hide it.
Right.
I mean, most things
Yeah,
are
no doubt.
electronic these
Small-
days anyways.
There's a lot of small towns that don't deliver mail locally, so you have to get a P.O. box. Playing devil's advocate.
I
Okay.
mean, and if you're going to go out of the way to hide it like that, like, don't you think, like, hey, maybe I shouldn't be doing this at any point? Like, I don't know. That's just too much work.
Yeah.
Okay, Dustin on Facebook, if something impacts your relationship, that person would already know that before they got closer, it should be talked about as you grow together. Something as a need to know basis, and some things are not quite necessary.
Dustin. I'm gonna get your butt for that. I disagree.
But where is the distinction
disagree with
about
you,
what
buddy.
things are necessary and what's not?
I agree.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So riddle us this, Dustin. What they just said.
I mean, I'm not going to nerd out about Star Wars
I
on
know
the
he's
first date.
on.
You're not?
No. Well, I might. It depends.
I mean, I feel like that's something you should give away on the first date to know if you're wasting your time or not.
Right?
No, I'm wasting my time if she doesn't like Star Wars.
Dude,
That's-
if a dude comes up on the first date and starts talking Star Wars, I'm fucking done.
You're out of here.
Out. Out.
Do you currently have credit card debt, or have you ever had credit card debt from Star Wars memorabilia?
How many
no,
times?
no, I don't have any credit card debt.
Okay.
Because I used liquid funds.
All right. There you go.
All right, Dr. Love, Polar Knight says, I love the men's cam. It is like the perfect evolution of beard growth.
It's going to be a long time before I get the Dr. Love.
We got to
beard.
line you all
It's
up.
I trimmed it, about a week ago, actually.
It's going to be in my next life that I get a beard like that.
I know he came to work the other day and he like totally shaved his face. I'm like, it's baby face.
I have a story about we can talk about that later when we're not talking about
Like, that is
There's
not-
a reason I shaved, and it wasn't because I wanted to.
Was it for a girl?
It was for a bet.
A bet.
A bet.
Yeah.
Hmm.
We'll talk about it later. It has nothing to do with secrets. It has nothing to do with secrets.
Are you sure?
No, it was. I'm pretty open and honest about what it was about. It was so stupid. It was a drunken bet.
Okay.
Well,
There.
I'm going to chime in and say that I do agree with Justin. Like, there's a time and place for everything to be talked about. Like, we're not going to talk about debt on the first date, but, you know, like, you can probably assume that if somebody has a college degree. But then, like, are we talking secrets? Like, when do you tell them, like, your trauma? Or when do you tell them your, like, I'm a Star Wars fan secrets? Like, there's different
I
levels.
still
to
love
that.
you, Dustin.
Mhm.
Dustin also said you should already know
favorite.
what's necessary. If you're in debt, then that's a need to know. But it's okay to
I do agree
disagree,
with that.
Maggie.
No, I agree with that part. I'm just trying to distinguish what I had this all thought out earlier. I'm too tired. I disagree, but I agree with you. I'll say that, but I still love you. Yeah.
So is
That's
there anything
my-
that you feel is okay to keep from your partner?
No.
I don't think
Nothing?
anything
Not
should
even
be-
like the simplest little thing.
I'm an open book.
Yeah,
I
like,
feel
what
like
about- what
there
if you're
used to be a
surprising
time in my
her
life.
on a
Hmm.
trip to Costa Rica, and you don't want her to know that you're taking her to Costa Rica. That's a secret.
Well, that's
I
different.
just told her,
That's-
Drew.
That's a surprise.
That's
That's
a
not
secret.
a secret.
It's a secret, and if
But
you look
aren't
up definition of
keeping things
secret,
different.
keeping things?
What?
I said, isn't keeping something no matter what it is?
exactly.
So I'm saying there's levels.
Lawyered. That's also how I met your mother.
Okay, I need some people to call in and talk about this topic here. We're going to open up the love line right now. 845-442-LOVE. 845-442-LOVE. Give us a call. Definitely want to get your take on this. It goes back to Christmas, guys.
Christmas?
Yes, Christmas.
I'm not telling you what you're getting for Christmas.
No.
I'm keeping it a secret.
Growing
Santa.
up.
Yeah.
Growing up.
Is Santa real? Yeah.
Is that so?
Yeah, he is.
He
If
is.
there are any kids below the age of 6 watching, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. But you get what I'm saying.
I'm real.
You get what I'm saying here. I mean,
Yeah.
Okay, so keeping something from somebody in a, it's like a surprise, I think is okay because it's for them, right? So
what if you hear someone saying something rude about your partner and all it would do is hurt her to hear that they said that about them? You're not going to go in. Yeah, exactly. I'm not telling it. Oh, yeah, she said that your, hairline's fucked up and your nails look ratchet and, like... No, I'm just going to go up to her and say, hey, your hairline looks great and I love what you did with your nails today.
Yeah.
Yeah, see? There's levels.
True. I when you look at that perspective, I get what you're saying on that. Megan? Oh, go ahead, Crystal.
I guess to go with the whole there's levels thing, when I think about it, okay, what kind of things did I purposely keep from partners in the past? And one thing that does come to mind though is I would just not tell one of my ex's stuff because I didn't want him to get mad. I didn't tell him that I spent, this much money on myself and it wasn't on some gift card that I had just randomly, I didn't tell him that I took an extra half hour after work just to take a breather, by myself. When I think about those types of things and those types of secrets that I've kept, it was to avoid a reaction on his part. And now looking back, hey, wow, that's a huge red flag. Maybe you shouldn't be with somebody who makes you feel like you have to keep secrets like that.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah, if you feel like you have to keep something to avoid a reaction, yeah,
that's
not right.
That's the problem, right?
And it was usually an anger reaction, not to say any sort of reaction, but it was an anger reaction that I was trying to avoid. And looking at that, where I'm oh, it's not good to keep secrets. Those kinds of secrets, okay, no secrets are good, but if you find yourself doing that, run, just run. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
Eventually there's somebody you can be in a relationship with that won't make you feel that way. And it's amazing.
Absolutely. I don't know where, but yeah, at some point, maybe.
All right, if you guys are joining us, we're talking about secrets. Is it okay to keep certain things from your partner? We've got a lot of.
I say don't date at all. Don't have a partner, and you ain't got to worry about it.
Oh, then you're just gonna be lonely for the rest of your life.
I'm bad about keeping secrets from anybody.
The what?
I got squirrels. I'm
You
okay.
got squirrels.
I'm okay.
As long as you got squirrels, you're good. Are squirrels good
It's
in bed?
easier that way. She keeps my neck warm.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Good.
Next on Love on the Rocks, bestiality. Is it okay?
Yeah.
No.
Dustin goes lonely at Farmers Only, Meg.
I want to know what kind of secrets people are keeping from their partners. That's what I want to know. Tell people calling in. Tell us what kind of secrets.
It doesn't have to be secrets that you're keeping from your current partner. It could be secrets that you kept from a previous partner. Because
you probably shouldn't go live telling secrets.
Tell
us what secrets you're currently keeping.
Yeah, I'm actually sleeping with my boyfriend's brother right now, and
she's sitting with her boyfriend. She's like, "Ooh, babe, I got a good one. Watch, I'm cheating on him."
Oh.
What kind of secrets have you guys kept?
Sex was great.
Nobody.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Oh, yeah,
I
that's
finished.
true. Are you going to be honest about how terrible it is?
Now, yeah, now I'll straight out because I'm just at the age where I'm just like, get fucking off me. You're
It's hard.
horrible.
Didn't
It's
Jim
hard to
But
Carrey
hide
say
if
the
you're
before-
same
not into
thing?
it.
Hmm?
Jim
If a
Carrey,
guy-
he said the same thing in bed.
What?
Jim Carrey?
What? Yeah, what
Was it
about
good
him?
for you? Remember what movie it was? Was it as good for you as it was for me?
Oh, liar, liar.
Yeah.
Liar,
Liar,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
liar, liar.
Where he couldn't lie. Wow, that's a great reference for this episode, actually.
It is.
He couldn't tell a lie in that movie. Yeah.
The pen is
Okay,
blue.
well,
I don't know. When it comes to performance in bed, a guy really can't hide it. There's a pretty obvious thing that happens whenever.
I mean, white lies in that sense, I feel like are okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
So little white lies are okay. Yeah,
All
their
right.
dress looks great on you.
I have something. This is,
Yes.
I mean, I would say it's more for women, but there are men that I would say this would be too. If you have a diary or a journal and now you're all about having no secrets, are you okay with your partner reading that?
No,
No.
because I probably wrote some really dumb shit in there.
So it's okay to keep our feelings a
Some of 'em.
secret?
I've never had a diary or journal, but
Yeah, I've never
if
had
my
one.
partner had one and they were like, "Look, this is just private for me," I'd respect that.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're putting your own thoughts down to help clear your head on things, So I think that's something that's kind of like something personal to yourself. Not necessarily are you keeping secrets from somebody. It's your thoughts that you want to keep sacred. So
So where do
I-
we draw the line at privacy versus secrecy?
good question.
Debt.
You know, I kind of feel like the going through the journal thing is kind of akin to going through their phone. And I feel like if
Yeah.
I ever get to the point where I have to do that, like I should not be in that relationship. Like I don't ever
Right.
want to feel like I really want to read that. I really want to go through that.
Mhm.
No.
I've never had the urge to go through a girl I'm seeing's phone. If I, like you said, if I think she's cheating on me, then we're just gonna call
Mhm.
it.
Yeah, because if you're not secure in the relationship and you're questioning the relationship, then why are you in the relationship?
Yeah, that's a good
So
point.
something I did that I can think of when I was in a relationship, like I'd be on the way home from work and I had coworkers that rode with me a lot, just me and the guys coming home, working
You went to the bar?
construction. Sometimes we'd want to stop and have a beer, just as the guys. My ex didn't like me going out to any bar without her. Like I'm at a bar and I'm drinking and other women are there. So I wasn't allowed to go out to other bars. So if I just stopped to have a beer with the boys on the way home, I wouldn't tell her.
You caught hell
So-
for it. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm not gonna be in that relationship.
Well,
Yeah, so
and
that's
there you
exactly
go.
what I was
There you
talking
go.
about.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You're
Yeah,
trying to
if-
avoid the reaction.
The minute she
Yeah.
starts trying to control me in ways
Yes.
that are, like in ways like that, it's like, what do you think I was doing before I met you? I was going to
Yeah.
the bar with the boys after
Well, a
work.
lot of it is a respect thing, I think, because when you go into a place like a bar and there's alcohol involved, people get drunk and things happen. And so, in my opinion, I don't believe that you should go, if you're in a relationship with somebody, you should go drinking without the person you're with. It's a recipe for disaster. And maybe that's because
trust.
maybe it's because that's what I've been through those kind of things where it's like, oh, I was too drunk, I didn't know, I couldn't control what I was doing, it didn't mean
That's
to
an excuse
happen.
every time. It's
It
not
is an
real.
excuse.
It's an excuse.
It's not real. If you truly trust them, then you know that they can have a drink without wanting to cheat on you. That's if they want to cheat on you when they're drunk, that means they want to cheat on you when they're sober. They just have the bravery to do it now.
A drunk person's words are a sober
Exactly.
man's thoughts.
Sober man's
Alcohol doesn't
thoughts,
make you want to cheat. It's they wanted to cheat, and now they have the
Liquid
Excuse.
the
Yeah.
liquid courage.
Yep, they
Yeah.
have the excuse
No,
to say, I'm
if you-
sorry, but
If you can't trust me and have a drink without you, then we're not going to be together.
So I would say, not in my own defense, but like if you're say you're out of town for the weekend with your girls, and I go out on Saturday night and I'm drinking at 11:00, it's different than I'm on my way home at 4:30 on a Tuesday and I have 2 beers with my coworkers.
I don't think those are different at all. Why can she be out with her friends getting drunk, but you can't?
Well, if you
That's
don't tell
hypocrisy.
someone about something,
Like,
but yeah,
don't
I mean, you should be allowed to say whatever.
I mean, if she said, "What are you doing at the bar?" I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not going to make a point like, babe, tonight I'm going to be going to the bar. Okay, like no, that's want to go to the bar. I'm going to the bar.
Disclaimer: like, if the reason why you're hiding going to a bar is because you had an agreement about sobriety, period, or if it's something that you struggle with and you find yourself lying about it, that's a whole different problem.
Absolutely.
But if that is not the case, then that should not be any different than her going out with her girls. Doesn't matter what time of day or who you're going out with. It's just going to the bar.
Yeah, the sun doesn't
Absolutely.
dictate when it's time to drink. That's a myth that I'm getting real sick of.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. R.I.P.
5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah, R.I.P. Jimmy Butt.
Mm-hmm.
Buffett. Nah, that's never made sense to me.
Well, certain
what you're
things are
saying
more
is you're
likely to
day
happen on a Saturday night at midnight than they are at.
I disagree. I
4
can make
o'clock on
anything
Tuesday.
happen that happens at midnight happen at 11 a.m.
And another
Okay.
reference to How I Met Your Mother, nothing good happens at 2 a.m.
Nothing.
That's also How I Met Your Mother. That's true. She's on the How I Met Your Mother roll today.
Yes, she is.
That's a really good episode.
Yeah, like really good things happen in it.
Depending on who you are in the episode.
He doesn't get Robin until season 2 because of that episode.
Spoiler alert.
It's been out for quite a while.
But yeah, no, it wasn't about sobriety in my case. It was about trust issues. Were about infidelity.
And I think that if you were in an infidelity relationship, or like if you're with somebody and they cheated and then you guys are still together, you're going to question that person if they go to the bar. Because
I think if you get back with somebody who cheated, it's not the bar that's the problem. It's the cheater and the broken.
Well, true.
You also shouldn't get back with a cheater.
That.
Also, I mean, that's just, fool me once,
I mean, everybody has their weak spot for some people, or they just can't get over something, and maybe they do take back the cheater, but I think at a certain point, the peace of mind has to be worth more.
It's also like you got to respect yourself a little bit more than that. Like, he didn't value you at this point. What's different now?
Probably nothing.
You got to put yourself above that. That's
all right. So I'm going to shift gears for a second here. You're in a relationship with somebody and they were in a previous relationship and you guys were in previous relationships prior. Do you disclose or do you keep secrets about the previous relationship to your current partner?
I think if it's relevant. If it's relevant, I mean, you don't want to just talk about your ex for no reason. Like, that's something they don't want to hear about. But if there's something relevant there, then of course I'm going to tell them, oh yeah, this happened in the past, or I'm like this because this happened, and that's just how it is. But I'm not going to.
You also shouldn't put your ex's business out there.
Yeah.
You gotta.
But if it's your business too.
Yeah.
Unless they cheated on you, then put it out there.
Oh yeah.
Or put it on a billboard.
Or put it on a billboard.
Right, Meg?
Yeah.
He's buying a billboard right now.
Long and all.
But yeah, so I mean, Lydia, what do you think? Do you think that you should keep things about your previous relationship from your current partner?
I think, if you have a relationship with somebody, and my theory is if you truly love someone, you're always going to love that person, no matter if it's just a very tiny part of you or what have you. And I don't think that should affect your future relationships, because even though, you still have that very, I love you, I truly loved you, I'm always going to love you, but I am okay without you and I'm moving on. I don't need to tell my future partner every single thing that me and that person did. Like, that relationship is not going to affect my future relationships unless that partner abused you or so on and so forth. Those things, those things I think will affect your future relationships. But otherwise,
okay.
I think.
Okay. Let me ask you this. You're in a relationship with somebody, and I'm just using this as a hypothetical situation, and you're in a relationship and they said, oh, what's your fantasy? And they're like, well, I've always wanted, I've never had a threesome with somebody, but your partner's had plenty of threesomes. So do you say, hey, I've had that experience before, or are you quiet about that and let them think that they had that?
I think you should say, I've already experienced that, but I would like to experience it with you now because I've never had that opportunity. And I think it would be good to experience it with you.
I would word it more like, yeah, I've done that. It's awesome. We should do it.
That's something you definitely have to disclose for sure.
Yeah.
Dr. Love.
I've had that discussion before, and it was like, well, which member of the opposite sex were you thinking about? Because, I mean, I don't really want to see you banging some other chick. Do you want to see me banging some other dude? And I was like, well, no, not really. So that kind of was the end of that conversation.
I've had a relationship where, we got to the point where we were in discussion of doing something like that. And I told her, I was like, listen, if this happens, and she was into, girls and guys. And so she wanted to be another girl. I said, if this happens, I'm not touching that other girl the entire time. Like, you guys can do your thing. We can do our thing. I'm not touching her. She's like, why? I was like, well, because I know that in the moment you'll be okay with it, but then 2 weeks later, you're going to be very upset and you're going to be saying, oh, do you like her more than you like me? And then you're going to get real jealous, and I don't want to deal with that. So that's how it's going to go down. You guys can do your thing. Yeah. The only type of situation, the only three-way I'm ever going to be in is with like 2 girls that I'm not in a relationship with.
So if you're not in a relationship with nobody, then you're like, okay, game's on. But if you're in a relationship, you don't
owe anybody anything. Yeah.
You don't need something thrown back at you later and them saying,
And then I can be like, this is your idea. And then she'll be like, you're gaslighting me. No, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Just feel like that's just a mess waiting to happen.
Exactly. I'm stressed out enough. I don't need that.
Yeah. Having one person that you're in a relationship with is more than enough, let alone now bringing somebody who is just in a little bit of your relationship for like a night. And
then watch her fall in love with me. And now they're fighting, Yeah.
He already has this all planned out.
He had this whole show scripted before he got here. He's like, okay.
Yeah, I was 10 minutes late, so I was in the truck just figuring out what I was gonna say. It was beautiful. You guys should try it.
So secrets, anything you guys like to add to the conversation? You can throw a comment down on the bottom of the screen. Feel free, or you can pick up the phone and just give us a call. Get on the air with us, 845-442-LOVE, 845-442-5683. Okay, so I'm going to ask everybody, their thoughts on this. What's probably the worst secret that somebody can keep from their partner?
STD.
Yeah.
Is it bad that the first thing I thought of was like if they killed somebody?
Nah, I'd rather them kill somebody than have herpes.
But what if it wasn't?
I'm more okay.
I'd rather be able to take a pill and get better from chlamydia than know that this dude has already done a bid for killing somebody.
Okay, let's talk HIV then.
Yeah, what if there's no pill?
Yeah. You're getting Freddie
staying
Mercury
with him the rest of your life.
Like, no.
Retrovirals are at the top of the
but
game
you
now.
know, the divorce rate is, I think, 50%, or if not more right now. I'm not taking that risk. I'd rather you killed somebody. I've wanted to kill somebody. I've never wanted an STD.
I feel like killing somebody is justifiable.
It's a lot more justifiable. That's exactly right. It's like, well, what'd they do? What'd they say to you? Okay, I get it.
I mean,
I've been worried that I was going to be killed by a woman before.
Ooh, maybe that they have kids. Because that's like, that's a big commitment for me.
Or like, how about whole secret families?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You know, you got a secret family out there that you find out that this person's got all these kids from somebody else somewhere else out there in the world, and you're like, what?
I have one. What if, I want to hear everyone's opinion on this. This is actually kind of good. What if you meet them online, they're online as a female, and then You find out they're not.
Whip it out.
Yeah, like they just had a really good surgery.
That's not cool. That is not cool at all.
I agree.
Yeah.
Totally not cool.
Nope.
So I've been on some dating apps and just like, honestly, just kind of late at night, had a buzz, swiping left or right, smash or pass. And then you go back and look on a sober day and you're just like,
oh, there it is.
Holy shit, that's a transsexual. What? There's a lot of them out there, but
it's happening when you're sitting there, when you're casting a wide net.
It happened, and then but they're at least upfront about it on dating apps that I've
sometimes they're not.
Sometimes they're not. But
there's been situations, not with me, but
he's had a friend and a friend,
a friend. Hear about it.
Yeah.
Oh, they were like chatting for a long time. They went on a couple dates that were like not, they didn't get physically intimate yet, and then when it came time to get physically intimate, they found out. Yeah.
See, truth comes out sooner or later.
Literally.
Literally.
You
have a third leg.
I'd be like ready to fight. Like, dude, we about to square up. Like, you just whip it out. And run. Like,
oh hell no!
That's where we draw the line. If it's smaller than you, it's fine.
Well,
it cannot be bigger.
Like, all right, whatever. Get out of here. That's not cool. But
what's the Afro Man lyric? Got a dick that was bigger than mine. Oh, and he met her in Hollywood. We got to be careful.
It's like The Hangover 2.
Yes,
right. Yeah.
Too. It's like How I Met Your Mother.
I don't remember that episode.
Oh.
Okay. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up here, but I really appreciate everybody all checking us out today. It's another great episode of Love on the Rocks. I don't know where Megan went. She disappeared on us.
I think her internet was kind of
She's been choppy all night, so I think she was having some technical issues. So
yeah, I thought it was my phone when I was in the truck watching, and it wasn't.
No, it sure wasn't. But yeah, so obviously she was having some issues there. So we want to thank everybody. Dustin says she passed out.
She's messaging. She's writing her your message to Dustin. Coming at him is what she's doing.
So no, but great topic. I mean, there's a lot of areas of secrets that that we can go. We can go with different angles on this. I mean, we could do like a couple different series of episodes based off of this topic alone. But I mean, overall, I think honesty with your partner is number one. At the end of the day, it's all about being truthful and honest. Knowing when you're got to be serious is when it's time to, open up the can of worms. And it could be bad worms. It could be good worms. It doesn't matter. If you're going to be with somebody, they should know everything about you as you should know everything about them. And if they love you, if they care about you, then they will accept those and it'll make you guys much stronger of a people, as a couple. So that's my thoughts on that. Lydia?
I think honesty is always a good policy, but some things, like if you're struggling mentally, you're not ready to open up about that. That's something that you might want to keep to yourself, because there's still like a big stigma around mental health, even this day and age. So, again, it really just depends on the topic and the thing you're keeping from them.
Okay. Crystal?
I agree with Lydia. I do think honesty is the best policy, but like there's a time and a place for all those things to come out. Some stuff, sure, get it right out at the beginning. Make sure you're not wasting your time. But other things, maybe wait to see like if you even get to that point.
Okay, Drew?
Yeah, so I've had a lot of first dates that were the last date just because of how much of an open book I am, pretty much right off the rip. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I'm okay with that because I really don't have too many skeletons in my closet. So,
yeah,
I mean, I guess
because you're
young. Tells them like Star Wars on the first date.
Yeah, right. It's like things like that. It's like I want to. If you're gonna like me, you're gonna like me. And that's why I think most of my friends are very close with me. I'm never a different person. I'm the same person around everybody. I'm very open book, very honest, and so I have like I don't have a massive group of friends, but the friends I do have are like, these are my groomsmen, 100%.
Mm-hmm. Dr. Love.
I think full transparency, at a certain point is the way you got to be if you want to be with somebody forever. On that note, I was born a man, just in case no one's wondering, and I do have some debt. So,
all right, we all have debt, and it doesn't matter. It's not about credit card debt,
I didn't go to college.
Well, I mean, you got families, you've got
Student loans
expenses.
are paid.
I don't have a family.
Yeah. Well,
you got a car note?
I do not.
No, he rides with his buddy.
And the car is also paid off. The one I do drive is paid off.
Okay, so he's the exception of every rule, I guess. But I mean, most people, you have families, you're going to have expenses. It's not necessarily credit card debt. You're got huge expenses. Sometimes you're a single person taking on all these bills and doing it all by yourself. So, what?
She's saying that she's that. She's claiming.
Okay. So, yeah. Okay, yeah. So, yeah. So, we're talking about, I'm a single father. I mean, I'm taking on all these bills myself. Crystal's a single mom doing the same exact thing. So, we're in debt, but we're not like necessarily credit card debt,
Not like Shopaholic movie debt.
Yeah,
it's a good movie if anybody wants to watch it.
It's a different kind of debt.
I've come back the next day and paid a tab at the bar.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you did that.
Well, I knew the owner. I was like, hey, I'm gonna come back tomorrow
because I want to come back to your bar again.
What
do you mean? I bought a round of drinks on the house.
Pull the cameras. I never said that. I said let's all do a shot. I didn't say I'll take the shots. Okay.
Okay, Jesse.
No, I mean, so from my experience, I don't know. Earlier this year, I mean, I was dating somebody and she was telling stories about her ex on like the third date. And I was like, wow, she's really sharing a lot. Like, I don't really think I need to hear all this.
She misses him.
But since she was sharing, I felt inspired. So I started sharing. Apparently, I shared stuff she didn't like. And I never saw her again. So.
Well, she was probably
texting crazy.
She was probably texting her ex.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're talking about your ex that much, you miss them. I mean, at the end of the day, that's just what it is.
Yeah, I thought she sounded crazy, and I was like, "Well, all right, whatever. I'll tell some stories too."
Yeah.
So that was my experience with being open and honest on like a third date. There was no fourth date, but I guess it wasn't meant to be.
Yeah.
Was it a good third date though?
Well, it was pillow talk. At like 4 a.m.
I knew it. You said third date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Drew?
I got a third date on Friday.
All right. There you go. Pillow talk.
No. We're going to go see Saw.
Okay.
The original Saw or like Saw?
No, the new Saw. I knew Lydia would chime in on that. Yeah,
Number 10.
Yeah. And I asked her, do you want seats at the front of the theater or the back? She said not the front. But that's just because that's a shitty place to sit.
Who really chooses to sit in the front?
Okay, listen. Listen,
Lydia.
No, there's the front of the theater, and then there's the lane, and then there's the front of the back half, right?
I like the front of the back half.
Me too, because you can put your
more
legs
leg
out.
room.
Yeah, see, she understands.
3/4 of the way up.
No, I don't want people behind me and in
too
front
many
of me.
people.
I hate that. I
hate when I'll be the only one in the
head,
row
like,
and somebody buys that seat. Why would you buy a seat when there's only 2 seats in that entire row that have been taken? Why would you buy a seat in that row when there's a whole other theater?
Have you ever been to a theater where there's no, like, you don't buy a seat, you buy a ticket and then you just sit wherever? And then, I would have my friend there who's shorter, or I was the short friend or whatever. And then you just see that big dude just right in front of you. Fuck that shit. Yeah,
I'm doing the popcorn trick.
No, I'm not. It's not a trick. I'm pelting the back of this dude's head with popcorn.
I love how this podcast has now turned into what we normally talk about after in the green room. If anybody's curious what happens when we sign off, this is it.
This is the conversations that we have afterwards. Like, we'll do a post show. We always say, we should keep the cameras on, and while we're live, while we're just sitting there talking the shit afterwards, and because we just ramble about crazy, stupid stuff, and then the conversations are like, oh my gosh, if the people at home are watching what we were talking about right now, more entertaining for the post show than it was the actual show.
Yeah, once we actually log off, I'll tell you guys why I shaved.
No. Tell us now. Our audience wants to know why you shaved.
All right, here's why I shaved. Me and a couple buddies were at the bar after work, as Dr. Love knows, and we had a little too much, and they said they'd give me $100 to go into work tomorrow with a Hitler stash. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it. So that night when we got home, this was the fastest I've ever shaved. And I got it down. It was perfect. I'll send you guys a photo in the group chat. And then I went to bed. And the next morning I woke up and I was like, I'll be in HR by the end of the day. I'm not going to do that. So I shaved the rest of it off.
Not worth $100.
Never showed up to work like that.
I'm a little too white and German to be doing that. So.
Not worth $100.
Yeah. No. That's what I'm saying. I was like $100. I was thinking that the next morning. I was like, did I really agree to this for $100? Like, this is definitely more than $100.
What does that even buy you these days?
Yeah. Half a tab at the bar, like.
Half a tab.
Yeah, listen, that's a story for another time. So at work here, where Roger and I work, if once you've had your first big check, it's like initiation. Everyone goes to this one crappy little bar outside the office, and we make it the best bar in Houston. But once you get your first big check, you have to take the whole tab. And so my first big check, I spent $600 at this little hole in the wall sports bar, and I tipped $200, so I spent $800.
Wow.
But
Where were you, Roger?
So I wasn't there.
Yeah. For that tip.
Huh?
You're going to heaven for that tip.
I was a bartender.
Paid your dues.
Yeah.
Now the question is, did you use the waterproof manscaper?
On your face?
No. on the little bit of facial hair I had, I definitely just used a Gillette razor. Not gonna use the lawnmower 3.0.
We all know what Jesse uses.
I'm using the lawnmower 3.0 on Thursday.
Okay,
because Friday.
I'm just kidding. Giselle, if you're watching,
the secrets are out of the bag.
We're just seeing the movie.
If you're the one going on the date with Drew on Friday night and you're watching the show,
we're just seeing a movie.
A movie.
It's Saw 10. Mm-hmm. She's a big horror fan. She's a massive horror fan.
She's a big horror fan.
So you're saying she's gonna get turned on? That's okay.
There was a joke to be made there. I'm not touching it.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna touch it out of respect. I mean, she's currently dating me, so yes, she is also a horror fan.
All right.
It's a really good genre.
All right, guys, we will see you all next week with another great, crazy, wild episode. Just never know what's going to be talked about. So I want to thank Meg. Ike will be back next week for Drew, Dr. Love, Jesse, Crystal, and Lydia. I am Roger the Wild Child. You guys have yourself a great night. Thanks for joining us.